Storm Team 4 tracking two big storms at this hour. First, Harvey, of course, this is new drone video. This is a flooded highway in Houston, just one example of that devastation there. And the city's fire chief says his agency has now responded to more than 1,000 calls for help since Harvey inundated much of that city.
Meanwhile, another storm is taking aim at the East Coast. In Ocean City, Maryland, there are strong winds there, high waves, and concerns now about possible beach erosion. Doug and Lauren are in the storm center for us right now, both with tracking the storms. Both of these storms really you guys are tracking.
Yeah, we are definitely tracking both of them. And the one along our coast right now, it's more of a nor'easter type storm, but it did have a chance yesterday. The National Hurricane Center thinking it could become Tropical Storm Irma. Really doesn't matter for us. It is more of a nor'easter, more of a coastal storm that's going to be moving out. But Harvey could also be impacting us.
Yeah, absolutely. Right in time as people get away for the weekend. It's a Labor Day weekend coming up, so we're going to be watching that closely. More rain for us, unfortunately, for the weekend.
Yeah, and the rain going on out there right now. Been kind of a rainy day for sure. This guy, a fox out there towards the Bethesda area today. Not fazed by the rain, just doing a little yawning, maybe doing a little hunting this afternoon. Very rainy day outside for sure. Maybe trying to get some food back to the kids back in the den. All right, out there right now. Hey, buddy. Right now we're dealing with the rain across our area. You see what's happening right along the Blue Ridge here to the east. That's where all the rain is. Notice this. This is where you get the nor'easter. Look at the wind, or the rain coming back in. That's from the wind coming in the northeast direction here. That's what we continue to see. Baltimore, Washington, down towards Fredericksburg. That's where the rain is along I-95 in through southern Maryland. You folks are going to be dealing with the rain the longest, but notice Frederick, Hagerstown, Leesburg, Warrenton really starting to dry out here as this whole thing moves off to the east. Off to the east as well, where it is really impacting our region is over towards the beaches. We've got Storm Ranger 4 out there. As a matter of fact, we've got a live shot there at Lewis, Delaware right now. Looking out from the parking lot here, we have to set it in an area that is not surrounded by trees, that does not have a lot around it, because the radar is actually on top of this camera right now doing its thing, showing us what to expect out there. As a matter of fact, I want to show you this real fast. Come back to the pictures here. Notice, here it is right here. Here's Storm Ranger. If we take Storm Ranger off, we lose all of this precipitation, all of this rain out there towards the Delmarva. So we have to keep it on there for our area. So that really does help us a lot. Baltimore, D.C., down towards Fredericksburg, the rain continues to move out of here. But as this moves out, the remnants of Harvey will be moving in just in time for the holiday weekend. With more on that, we go back to Lauren.
Yes, and we are going to be watching Harvey as it moves out of the Gulf and right into our area. Right now, winds are up to about 50 miles an hour. Still a tropical storm. It sped up just a little bit, which is good news because it was so slow. When I say sped up, right now we're just seeing it move just about 9 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, and it was about 2 earlier this morning. So again, how much has Harvey dropped in terms of rainfall? Well, it has dropped over 19 trillion gallons of rain. Well, what does that mean? Chesapeake Bay holds 18 trillion gallons, and the rain continues to fall. However, I do believe Houston is now starting to see it come to an end slightly as that track kind of takes a more northeasterly turn. But you can still see the eye just to the south and east of Houston right now. Some heaviest rain coming through the area just along the coastline right there. New Orleans still seeing a little bit of rain. Of course, it's the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. That will continue to move up towards Alexandria into the western portions of Louisiana, eventually becoming a tropical depression and then moving right across the United States and right into our area. So, Doug, let's talk about the rain for the weekend.
Yeah, and it looks like the next couple of days drying out here. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday looking pretty good. Friday, though, the remnants of Harvey try to move up, so we're going to see more clouds on the increase. Going to see the showers on the increase, too. Notice high temperatures only in the upper 60s to low 70s. Tracking Harvey on Saturday. This is the day I expect to see the most rain from Harvey, although it will not be heavy. I do not expect flooding. I do not expect any problems other than the fact that we've got some showers out there on Labor Day weekend. Right now, Sunday and Monday of Labor Day actually looking pretty good before our next chance of rain in the middle of next week. So, guys, we're going to continue to track both of these storms right here from the Storm Center. The latest, the very latest, coming up next at 5 o'clock.
All right, Doug, thanks so much. Well, a new study may change what you think you know about skin cancer.
Jim Hanley's in the newsroom with more on this story and others we're working on News 4 at 5. Hi there.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Susan. As the summer winds down, you might be putting away those bathing suits and beach bags, but that doesn't mean you should stop paying attention to the sun or its impact on your skin. Coming up tonight at 5, Doreen Gensler with some signs you need to look out for and something easy that we can do that can help protect us from skin cancer. Also tonight at 5, a huge night ahead for the choir director of a Prince George's County church. His choir is performing tonight on the NBC hit America's Got Talent, and we're going to be hearing from him just hours before his biggest performance yet. Plus, a Redskins player getting emotional as he talks about the toll of Harvey on his hometown. We'll see with those stories plus a good deal more coming up right here in just about 10 minutes. Wendy and Susan, back to you for now.
See you down here in a minute. Thanks. This is an issue that has worried parents and students for years. An underground fraternity recruiting members throwing parties at American University. And as News 4's Justin Finch reports, 18 students have now been expelled.
American University now really cracking down, making a prime example of this so-called underground frat case, expelling the 18 students who were involved and also placing another on probation just as the new school year is beginning. This group called itself Epsilon Iota, or EI. They sprang up here on the American campus about 15 years ago, officials say, after the Alpha Tau Omega frat disbanded its chapter here on the American campus. So about 15 years they were operating without being properly recognized, also acting like a frat while recruiting people here on campus and throwing off-campus parties here. Now, News 4 intern and reporter for AU's The Eagle student paper, Matt Holt, says he has been covering EI for some time now and its reputation of drugs, underage drinking, hazing, and physical violence.
I think the campus reaction, everyone's relieved. In 2014, there were members that were accused of trying to hit one of their pledges.
American also now hoping these 19 students who were disciplined will send a lesson to other underground party circuits here that operate around the campus. Their campus life office put out a statement reading here that Epsilon Iota has perpetuated and systematically presented a threat to the safety and well-being of our students. This should send a clear, strong message to anyone involved with groups engaged in activities prohibited by the Conduct Code. We have also learned that not only have campus police looked into EI, but also D.C. police as well. In Northwest, I'm Justin Finch, News 4, back into you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Justin. Well, Thursday will mark the 20th anniversary since the death of Princess Diana. A crash, as you remember, in Paris killed her, her boyfriend, and their driver. A doctor who just happened to be passing by the crash remembers running into the tunnel where it all happened to help.
Talk to her was the last words she could listen. I don't believe in destiny, but still I think that was maybe a good thing that I drove that way that night.
Diana's bodyguard is the only person who survived. An eternal flame above the tunnel has become a memorial for tourists to pay their respects. We have continuing weather coverage coming up ahead for you on News 4 at 5 and 6.
Including the story of a groom who's stranded in Boston. His wedding scheduled to take place in Texas this weekend. What he and his fiancée are planning to do now. First at 4.
We all want to keep our kids safe. I'm a mom, I get it. So this week, News 4 Today shows you easy ways to keep tabs on the kids as they start the new school year. Keeping them safe online, on the bus, and the latest gadgets that'll give parents peace of mind. We're working for you tomorrow on News 4 Today.
At the Hyundai Labor Day